Hello, I want to thank you for clicking on my channel. I'm PI187, and today I'm going to be reacting to Eastern Germany Meet the Germans Road Trip Part 3 of 4. I did Part 2 and Part 1 already. I only got one part left to go, and I'll be doing that probably in a few days, hopefully. But anyhow, yeah, I've been pretty excited to see this one because I've been pretty busy all week, so I haven't had a chance to do this next reaction, and I've been looking forward to it. And the other two were pretty sweet. Beautiful land, beautiful history. That town right there looks like it's got a lot of history. It looks pretty fairly old, most of it. I really like how like a lot of the rooftops they all match. But anyhow, let's get into this video. I have my headset on. Maybe power it too. Probably be a good idea, eh? Let's see here. There we go. All right, let's do this.
Our Meet the Germans road trip continues, and today we're heading east. On the agenda, the city-state of Berlin and the states of Brandenburg, Sachsen, Sachsen-Anhalt and Thüringen. All these states, although only half of Berlin, as well as Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, which we visited on the northern leg of our road trip, belonged to the German Democratic Republic, from soon after the end of the Second World War, all the way up until German reunification in 1990. This recent history has coloured a lot of the culture here, but there's so much more to the region than its GDR past. So today we're going to get a good dose of history for sure, but also plenty of other cultural tidbits and hopefully a few surprises too. Let's start in the German capital. That side of the city once belonged to West Germany, and that side to East Germany. But of course today this is one united metropolis and Germany's most populous city with a little under 4 million inhabitants.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of people living in one city, to be honest. Wow. Must be huge. Is that a mall? Or is that an airport? These are escalators, I believe, right? We used to have one in my town at one place. It's the only place in my entire town we had an escalator at, and they turned it off a few years back, and now they don't run it anymore. I used to love going up and down on the thing, but anyhow, that's besides the point. But that's what that looks like to me. Those look like escalators. I guess if I watch it long enough, I'll see if they're walking or just standing there. But yeah, that looks like a huge mall. Party hotspot of the creative hub. All right, let's get into this.
Reputation as a party hotspot and creative hub. It's extremely multicultural and is home to the political engine of the country. It claims to be the birthplace of both the currywurst and the doner kebab. And don't worry.
Ooh. Sorry about that. This looks really cool too. The CN Tower looking building. But anyhow, yeah. This. She mentioned Donair. In Nova Scotia here in Canada, they make Donairs. And oh my god. Probably one of my favorite things to eat. We have a store in my town called Nova Deli. And they order these big giant chunks of meat from Nova Scotia. And the sugary sauce, I'm not sure if you guys have the same sugary sauce on your Donairs, because I have seen them made different ways. But the way that Nova Scotia makes them, mainly, it's a pita, heated up in a pan, with meat sliced off in it, your vegetables, onion, tomato, lettuce, and then cheese, and then this white Donair sauce that's, I've made it here at home. It's got lots of sugar in it, condensed milk, and a little bit of vinegar, I believe, is what the three ingredients is to ours anyways. And oh yeah, it's by far one of my most favorite things to eat, period. So I'm really shocked that I didn't know that Germany had Donairs. I thought maybe that was just a Nova Scotia thing, you know what I'm saying?
Claims to be the birthplace of both the currywurst and the doner kebab. And don't worry if you're...
Now, she said Donair kebab. Does that mean your guys' donairs come on a stick or something, or am I just confused? Does it still come in a pita? Let me know in the comments, please.
Beer comes in one of the...
And if it's made the same way, like how it exactly, like what details the donair. And don't worry if your beer comes in one of these alarming colors. Yeah, that would be different. I've never had red or green beer. I could see green beer on St. Paddy's Day, though. That'd probably be a big thing. But red beer kind of looks like Kool-Aid.
These alarming colours. Berliner Weisse is a local wheat beer that's often drunk mit Schuss. That's with a shot of raspberry or woodruff syrup.
Oh, wow. That sounds good.
Sweet, but I'm for raspberry. Berlin regularly ranks as one of the least happy German states. Berliners are less satisfied than other Germans when it comes to their leisure time, family life, and household income. The locals here also have a specific personality trait, Berliner Schnauzer, that literally means Berlin snout.
Berliner Schnauze ist frei raus, so sagen, was man denkt.
Ja, was soll Berliner Schnauze sein? Das hörst du doch.
Das sind,
I have that problem. I say what I think. They call it ADHD. Too often, my mouth gets me in trouble.
Redewendungen, die ein bisschen zugespitzt sind.
Eine gewisse Schnoddrigkeit, Frechheit und
Cheeky.
Witz. Und viele, die von woanders herkommen, verstehen es eigentlich als aggressiv, was aber nicht stimmt.
You'll come across plenty of different dialects in the east. Sächsisch gets a particularly bad rap in Germany. It's spoken in Sachsen and parts of Sachsen-Anhalt and Thüringen, and it's often voted the least popular dialect in the country. But from the late Middle Ages, Saxon from the town of Meissen was considered exemplary German. Martin Luther used
That's
it
a
for
nice
his
looking
Bible
building.
translation, and Goethe for his studies in Leipzig. So, let's learn a little local vocab.
Nu ist ja.
Schauen Sie mal hin, das sagen wir nicht. Wir sagen, na guck mal da.
Wir trinken ein Schälchen Häsen.
Ein Mutschekiebchen zum Beispiel, der Marienkäfer, Pamperzonet heißt er. Fantastisch.
Die Entwicklung ist doch mehr zum Hochdeutsch. Und das, was übrig geblieben ist, ist weniger der Dialekt als mehr die Mundfaulheit.
Alle Jugendlichen, würde ich sagen, lernen das auch größtenteils in der Schule.
Es steckt doch im Blut der Sachsen, dort so zu sprechen.
Ich möge es eigentlich nicht so richtig. Das kann ich jetzt vielleicht gar nicht sagen. Jetzt senden Sie das gar nicht, ne?
Man erkennt uns weltweit an diesem Dialekt. Fast so gut wie die Bayern.
Tschüssi, danke.
Some characteristics of Eastern Germany do have roots in the region's GDR past. For example, this is the least religious area of the country, and some parts of the East have seen strong support for anti-immigration movements and populist politics in recent years. States in the East also lag behind noticeably in terms of productivity, income, and employment. While West Germany experienced an economic boom in the 1950s, no such thing occurred in the Communist East. Once the Berlin Wall fell, many young, educated Easterners moved west. Rushed attempts to introduce...
Yeah, like I said in one of my other videos, I watched 2 videos that someone suggested on the Berlin Wall, and that was a mind blower, I'll tell you. I never knew half of the stuff about like the big chunk of land in between where they had guards and all the security. Like, you know, over here in Canada, all I remember is when the Berlin Wall got took down when I was young. I was a kid at the time, and I remember hearing about it being on the news, it being a big thing or whatever. And, you know, you just think it's just some wall dividing 2 areas, but it was a lot more than that. And it wasn't just because 2 sides didn't get along. I thought maybe that's what it was. I had no clue, but after watching these 2 documentaries I watched, it was really blew my mind that went on. And for as long as it went on, like, no doubt people were happy to tear that thing down.
A market economy and Western currency in the East caused unemployment to skyrocket. Over the past 30 years, various government schemes have seen billions of euros invested into regeneration projects in the so-called new German states. So do people here think the East and the West of the country are finally on equal footing?
Bestimmt nicht, nee.
Denke ich doch. Man macht keinen Unterschied mehr.
Wir werden von den Westdeutschen oft als die zweite Wahl
Well, that's not nice. Huh. So some say yes, some say no. Is that how it goes on?
Deutschlands bezeichnet.
Ich denke, dass es dort auf jeden Fall Nachholbedarf gibt und die Kluft da ist. Also, ne, ob das die Lebenshaltungskosten sind oder auch Kunst und Kultur oder wie auch immer.
Nee, haben wir nicht ganz gepackt. Das haben wir leider nicht
Maybe
ganz
most people are
gepackt.
saying no.
Wobei da sind die Ossis auch ein bisschen dran schuld. Sie waren ein bisschen sehr einseitig in ihren Einstellungen.
Mir ist es eigentlich relativ egal, wer aus dem Westen oder aus dem Osten kommt. Ich verurteile da niemanden, von daher ist das eigentlich ganz okay.
Maybe it might be an age thing too. The younger generation probably, like, 'cause she looks pretty young, don't care, but the older ones probably have too much memory to maybe too many things have happened in their lifetime. Maybe, I don't know, because even over here in Canada, we're kind of divided, and the younger generation has been kind of brainwashed, and the older generation don't 100% agree with what a lot of the younger generation's doing or saying, but they think everything, is fine, I guess, too.
If we're going to talk history, let's do it properly. After World War I, Germany's constitutional monarchy was replaced by a parliamentary democracy. The assembly that created the new constitution met in this theatre here in Weimar, so the city got a name check and the period became known as the Weimar Republic. The new system had its strengths and weaknesses, but certainly the Golden Twenties were seen as a time of cultural and artistic progress. The Republic faltered during the Great Depression and fell completely with the rise of Hitler and the Nazi regime. But Weimar has another claim to fame. It's the home of Bauhaus. In 1919, Walter Gropius founded the Bauhaus art and design movement here in Weimar. This new approach sought to unite function with beauty, fine art with design and industry. There was a focus on crafts like metalwork, cabinet making, and weaving to create...
Sometimes I wish they went a little slower in these videos, because sometimes they pass things by so quick you don't really get a good look at things.
This new approach sought to...
I wanted to... Yeah, those look really neat. I'd make for an... So it looks like stuff that all goes in probably in your kitchen, or it'd really make it... Put it together, eh? Would that be for butter? I'm probably wrong, but just I have the feeling that you could put a stick of butter in there. And I'm guessing that's coffee. I'm thinking. This looks like eggs to me, and so does this, but I don't know if that's what that's actually, because you're not going to put eggs in there unless you're putting raw eggs in there. Huh. And that looks like salt, but I'm probably wrong with all these. A new approach sought a unique function with beauty. Yeah, that would make your... Looks real nice.
Unite function with beauty. Fine art with design and industry.
Was that a crib? Like, is that what that is? Oh.
This new approach sought to unite function with beauty, fine art.
That looks like a crib for a baby, but I'm probably totally wrong on that too. But yeah, that's fancy looking.
With design
Anyhow,
and industry.
I'll try to stop.
There was a focus on crafts like metalwork, cabinet making, and weaving to create pieces in the Bauhaus aesthetic. Functional, abstract, austere, and fit for mass production. Bauhaus-inspired buildings can still be found all over Germany, and indeed across the world. In fact, architecture nerds will have a field day in Eastern Germany. From distinctive GDR-era buildings to the UNESCO-listed medieval houses of Quedlinburg.
Yeah, look at that.
Or this colourful Hundertwasser creation in Magdeburg. Brandenburg has some of Germany's most striking palaces, including Sanssouci.
You do have some really nice architecture there.
Of Frederick the Great. If Baroque is more your thing, you cannot miss the city of Dresden, whose architectural beauty...
I really do love how a long time ago everybody made everything look just beautiful. All the architect, the homes, they put like art into them and made them just, pleasant to the eyes, where nowadays I don't have so much probably there because you guys have but we have a lot of newer homes here in Canada, and they just slap them together. They all look, we call them cookie cutter homes, really, because they'll make a whole subdivision of homes and they'll have 3, maybe 4 different models, and they'll just pepper them. They'll all be the same with just different color siding or different color brick on the side or whatever, maybe different colored shingles. But other than that, they're like 4 different homes just spread in a couple hundred homes all around, and they're all the same. And they might have moved a door on one way or the other to make them look different, or the garage might be on the side of this one, but it's the same home as the one next door, but the garage is on the other side, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, basically, there's no art to them. They're just building them to get them done. They build them as cheaply as possible, and not like they did, you know, back in the day where everything was built to last. Now it's just built to get it done fast and move somebody in.
Has earned it the nickname Florence on the Elbe. Much of the city was reduced to rubble under heavy bombing during
Oh wow, that had to suck.
World War II. The iconic Frauenkirche lay in a
Oh, look at that. Yeah. It's a good thing that thing's still standing. That's a nice looking building. Like, look at this architect. Sad to see that stuff get destroyed.
in a state of ruin for nearly 50 years before a huge reconstruction effort finally began in the 1990s and was completed in 2005. The eastern part of Germany also has so much culture to offer. From opera to Ostrock, classical to contemporary, graffiti to Girlywood.
Yeah, I heard you guys have really good music there. Probably why I had a lot of people upset about my This Is Germany video. I was told to mute the background music because I get copyrighted, and I replaced it with music I found on YouTube that was free. I made a bad choice, got some comments about it. I apologize for that. But yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine about I've been doing these videos, and he mentioned that Germany was really big into music and they had really good music there. He used to be a DJ, this friend of mine, and he mentioned that the Germans have really good music.
That's the nickname of the small eastern town of Görlitz because of its frequent film cameos.
Oh wow, that was cool. Oh, I gotta see that again. Sorry about this.
Görlitz because of its frequent film cameos.
Oh, they're making some movies there. Historical movies. Film cameos. Huh. That's pretty
There
cool.
are 4 officially recognized ethnic minorities in Germany. The Frisians, the Danes, the German Sinti and Roma, and the Sorbs, a Slavic minority that settled in and around the Lausitz region well over 1,000 years ago. Repeated attempts to Germanize the Sorbian people reached a head under the Nazis, who destroyed Sorbian literature, banned their organizations, and persecuted their people. And yet, the Sorbian languages and customs are still going strong today. Some 60,000 Sorbs currently live in Saxony and Brandenburg.
Ja sam Jakub Voča, pochádam z Budyšina, jsem 26 let młody, a człon serbskie Menschine tu we Łužice. Sorbisch ist ja nicht nur die Sprache, ist wirklich meine Identität. Dazu gehört auch die Kultur, die sorbische Tracht. Wir haben eine eigene Hymne, eine eigene Flagge, eine eigene sorbische Fußballnationalmannschaft zum Beispiel. Das macht mich unglaublich stolz. Unsere Community ist sehr konservativ, sehr traditionell, hängt auch sehr damit zusammen, dass wir sehr eng kirchlich verbunden sind, weil man auch unter der deutschen Repression dort nur die Sprache sprechen und leben konnte, singen konnte und anwenden konnte. Also meine Lieblingstradition ist als sorbischer Katholik natürlich das Osterreiten, wo man am Ostersonntag auf dem Pferd sitzend der Nachbargemeinde die frohe Auferstehung Jesu Christi verkündet. Wir sind hier in Brandenburg und in Sachsen sozusagen, liegen wir über die Landesgrenze. Und in beiden Bundesländern gibt es das Sorbengesetz, das nach der Wende eingeführt wurde und wo uns Sorben natürlich mehrere Rechte zugesprochen werden. Unter anderem, dass wir die Nationalität auf Sorbisch ändern können, dass wir das Recht haben, unsere Muttersprache zu pflegen. Wir haben das Recht auf öffentliche zweisprachige Beschilderung, was uns ganz wichtig ist. Wir fordern diese Rechte immer wieder ein und müssen auch manchmal darum kämpfen. Ja.
So, jetzt wird's gegessen.
Wow.
Im besten sorbischen
Just
Restaurant.
fast.
Ja, genau. Das typischste Gericht wäre die sorbische Hochzeitssuppe. Das ist so eine klare Rinderbrühe. Dazu dann sozusagen sorbisches Hochzeitsessen mit Meerrettichsoße und Rinderfilet. Grüße. Dziękuję. Trommeljack. Das gibt es auch jeder sorbischen Hochzeit. Also keine sorbische Hochzeit ohne dieses sorbische Essen.
Time to find out what's cooking in the rest of Eastern Germany. There's plenty of culinary influence from neighbouring Poland and the Czech Republic. Oh, and Stollen from Dresden is a festive favourite. Thüringer Rostbratwurst is a classic sausage speciality.
That looks good.
And a popular sweet treat in the Harz region is the Baumkuchen or tree cake, named for its many rings. The highest peak in the Harz Mountains is the Brocken, which is shrouded in myths
Who doesn't like cake?
devils. It also doubles as an excellent hiking spot. Looking for more natural beauty spots in Eastern Germany? Try the Erzgebirge, Sächsische Schweiz National Park.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That is amazing.
Or the sprawling Spreewald. Brandenburg takes the title of most watery German state, with some 3,000 lakes. Let's hit the Senftenberger See. You might get more than you bargained for if you stop off at a lakeside bathing spot here. Freikörperkultur, free body culture, is very popular around here. That brings us to the end of another whirlwind trip. I hope you discovered something new along the way, and as ever, share your own tips and experiences.
And what does free body culture mean? Does that mean they're going skinny dipping? Nude beaches type thing? Is that what she's trying to get at?
Another whirlwind trip. I hope you discovered something new along the way, and as ever, share your own tips and experiences in the comments. Make sure to join me for the final leg of the Meet the Germans road trip. Tschüss!
Yeah, I'll definitely be looking forward to that. I gotta give this a like. I really want to try the Donairs. That sounds really good. Like I said, the ones here in Nova Scotia, and like they sell them here in my town, but that's where they pretty much they come from. Here is in Nova Scotia. They make the meat and etc. Are like amazing, and we probably only got them here in my town. Like I'd say probably 15 years ago, I would have never even known what a Donair was. Now we have some other places that claim they're selling Donairs or Swarmas or something that are not exactly the same as what the Nova Deli has from Nova Scotia. I prefer them ones. Are just so good. But yeah, I would definitely try out your Donair kebab thing there that you got going on. And would love to visit that city that she was in, because the history was just insane. Like, those buildings were beautiful. There was a lot of old buildings. And yeah, it'd just be really interesting to come check out a whole different lifestyle, really. And now I wouldn't understand most of the stuff people said, but unless they spoke English, because German seems very, very hard to learn. So I don't think I'll be doing that, but I do like checking out the land, the buildings, the history, and the foods are pretty neat too. So yeah, but anyhow, I'm gonna end this video now. I got one more part to do. Hopefully I have time to do it the next few days or something. If not, it'll probably maybe be a week away, because I'm back to work now. So I don't have the chances as I had before to make my videos now that summer's here. But anyhow, I want to thank you for watching this video, and you guys have yourselves a great day. And if you could click like or leave a comment, that would be awesome. And if you want to subscribe, feel free. Anyhow, have yourselves a great day. Bye for now.